can sing out. It takes two to make it out of sight.
You good?
Just stormed out. It's our fault. We have the pressures. Everybody has the pressures. But we want all the questions to get asked we can. They did very good of just like.
Hey, thanks
question,
everybody.
Question.
Thank you so much
Let's give
for
them a round of applause
being here for that.
first.
Thank you.
Robin
We're just teasing you here at Vancon. You know what we're doing? We're just giving you a little slap, a little tickle right now.
Just a little tickle.
Because I know what you want. You want the meat of the next guest, don't you? Yeah. This next guest kind of gave us a little problem up.
All right. Everybody settle down. Let's talk about this. This is serious shit here.
This is serious. Because we knew what we wanted to say for pretty much everybody that we've introduced.
Yeah, we talked about it. It sounds like we're improvising, but we actually have scripted and memorized every word of it.
Yeah, we are impeccable. So, next guest.
This next guest is a bit of an enigma.
Wrapped in a
Riddle. Wrapped in a...
unicorn.
Wrapped in a...
Rainbow fart.
Wrapped in a...
Set of angel wings. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Misha Collins!
We're just gonna go. It's time, just have to go and settle some business.
Well, ladies, that was the first time I've ever been introduced as a fart, so thank you.
You are welcome, Mr. Fart.
Monsieur Fart? How are you? I'm really well, thanks, yeah.
You look great.
So do you, so clean shaven.
Yeah, what do you think? How's it feel?
Really nice.
Why'd you feel good?
I was trying to shake off how good it felt. I didn't want it to feel like it.
Does it weird you out? Does it weird some people out?
Yeah, it actually weirded me out a little bit. I didn't recognize you.
So this is my face.
It's not bad.
Thanks. That's what I'm going for.
My dad had a beard the whole time I was growing up, and then when he turned 60, his birthday falls on New Year's Eve, so New Year's Day, well, his 60th year, he decided he was going to shave it all off, and I was sleeping on the couch because I'm the favorite son, and he came into the living room New Year's morning, and I screamed because I thought there was a man breaking into the house. I did not know who he was at all. But I knew who you were after like 5 minutes into staring, and I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
The guy who played, what's his name?
Yeah, that's gotta be Rob's brother.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, are you coming to? You coming to the show? That was fun.
Bye. Hello, Vancouver. How are you? How's it been going so far? That sounded cathartic. The one werewolf in the crowd. I have an episode off, and so we took like a little mini vacation. We went to one of the islands in the San Juans, and I came here to work today on a seaplane. Pretty great. Yeah, all right, that was my story. Yep. I actually have taken a seaplane twice in the last 2 weeks, and the last time I took it, it was with a woman who was bringing her parrot to the vet. And she had her parrot on her shoulder, and the parrot looked like it had been through hell. It was like one of those parrots that's picking all its feathers off, so it was like a bald parrot. And she had clipped its wings so it can't fly, but it clearly was like, oh, I'm flying. And it was this tiny little like 2-seater, 3-seater. I don't know how many seats. But it was me, her, and the pilot, and the parrot. And the parrot was freaking out in the plane, and not in a cage or anything, and this was like normal for them. Seaplane, parrot trying to fly around the cabin, pilot like... how many of you guys are going on the locations tour, or some kind of locations tour here? You're going to see the sites? Yeah? Has anybody already been out to see some of the spots where we've shot things? Do they hold up? Are they like you expect they would be? Yes. Disappointing, huh? Everybody's like, no, it doesn't look like Kansas at all. Yeah, it's kind of amazing. The number of places around town that we have shot in is pretty staggering. I'm amazed. Actually, the entire crew is amazed when we find a new location. Really? We're shooting in a diner that we've never shot in before. I can't believe this. It's kind of amazing. Does anybody have any questions they want to ask?
Hi, Misha.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very good. Thank you very much for knighting me with Kale.
For the what?
For knighting me
Oh,
with Kale.
yes, you had a Kale sword.
Yes, I did.
It's so amazing the things that we now take in stride. I'd already forgotten about the Kale sword, which should have burned into my mind forever. Yes, anytime. I'll knight you anytime.
So my question was, you've played several different characters on Supernatural. And I was wondering if you could tell us how you go about making those characters like Jimmy or Emmanuel and the different mannerisms to be able to show the audience immediately that you are a different person when obviously you have the same face.
So I'm one of 5 quintuplets, which really makes things quite a bit easier. I would love it if on the show they would just somehow write into the scripts a simple device that would make those transitions easier, like a name tag. So I could just do the exact same thing for each character, but I'd have like the Emmanuel name tag on, and the audience would immediately clue in to who I was, and I wouldn't have to do any adjustments. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's really subtle. Like, audience can't tell what's going on. But thank you for that. I guess acting would be the... I'm searching for the term. Yeah, on camera. Acting on camera, if you need more specificity. So, is that helpful?
Sort of.
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good talk. Hi.
I completed my first Gishwas this year.
Oh my God.
And so much fun.
We definitely need to start support groups. I survived Gishwas. How many of you have done Gishwas as well? Wow, that's, I think, the highest ratio I've ever seen. That's amazing. I'm sorry, all of you. Actually, I'm sorry To those of you who participated, I'm also sorry to those of you who haven't participated but have to hear about it, because that's got to be annoying. What? You got lead poisoning? Probably. There are tests for that. And also, I recommend lawyering up, because you can make a mint off of lead paint lawsuits. Really, consider it. Lead coin lawsuits, obviously. Although I didn't stipulate that you needed to use a lead coin, so my attorney says I'm fine. My 80-year-old father-in-law owned an apartment building in 1985. There was a duplex that was demolished in 1989, and he was sued in 2010 by a woman who got lead poisoning when she was visiting her aunt at the apartment, supposedly. But the building has been demolished for 20-something years, and she won. Isn't that amazing? So seriously, sue me. You make some money. That's a good idea. Hi.
So my question was, has there ever been anything particular of Gishwas that has stood out for you, or that's been your favorite?
No.
No?
What about you? Did you have anything? How many years have you done it?
This was my first.
This is your first. You said first.
There were a few things that stood out for me. First of all the random shit.
That doesn't sound like it stood out. The biggest thing in my mind is all the random shit.
It was interesting having to work together to try and complete as many different things as possible, and you discover talents that you never knew you had. I never knew that I could paint Zachary Levi's face on a pair of jeans.
How did those come out?
Really well, actually.
Nice work.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't fit in the pants because they were too small. I was pretty sad about that. But
Well, you can always add an extra layer of fabric.
yeah.
Take the jeans out,
Yeah.
as it were.
Yeah, it was.
As in, seamstress parlance.
Yeah. But I think for me, the biggest thing was discovering these different things that I could do. I used to paint and draw and stuff when I was a kid, and I kind of gave up on it for a while because I was like, I've got better things to do, more adult things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got back into it in this 1 week of cramming everything in. I was like, wow, I can actually do these things now, and I'm really good at it. So now I'm reconsidering my major in school, and I'm going to go into art therapy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So all thanks to you and Gishwas.
When 15 years from now you are struggling to pay your rent, you can thank me.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Sue me! Sue me!
Thank you.
That's I love the idea of seriously saying to people, no, seriously, sue me. I think we could do a little, She's walking away. Okay. This year, I actually did one of the items. I did the Bob Ross painting thing, and it was great. And I gotta say, my Bob Ross painting was really good. I mean, it really looked like a cabin on a little hill at sunrise. I think we're all looking for some excuse, or maybe we're not looking for it, but it's nice when an excuse crops up to try things that we wouldn't normally try. And I think that Gishwas is rife with those opportunities. And sometimes you discover, oh my God, I'm actually enjoying this, or I'm actually good at it, and who knew? So that's one of the things that I love about it most, is getting to see people try things that they never thought that they would try. And either having a great time, finding out that they're good at something, or ideally, just humiliating themselves. So yeah, I this year there was some good. There was a space item which was have a. We were just talking about this in our my meet and greet. The space item was to get an 8-year-old to write a message to the universe and get it brought up into orbit. And one of the teams was talking about or a woman who was on a team who managed to pull it off, was talking about how a satellite was getting launched by SpaceX, or by a SpaceX rocket, and they permitted an 8-year-old to actually write on the outside of the satellite in Sharpie. So it will forever be orbiting the planet. What was the message? I was so...
Dear universe, it's Misha's fault. Love the track.
That's right. Sue me. It's funny. Speaking of celestial things in the universe, my daughter, I think this was yesterday or the day before, it was 2 days ago, I was putting her to bed and I said, I love you guys, you know, hollow platitude at the end of the day. And Mason said, I love you to the moon and back, I love you to the stars and back, I love you to infinity, Dad. And I was like, oh, but Mason, you don't really know, you don't even know what infinity is, do you? And she said, yes, I do. Infinity is when you die. And my son said, no, Mason, no. Infinity is when it just goes on and on and on forever. It's really pretty amazing. And then Mason said, oh, so this day is infinity. And it was like this amazing Buddhist parable all at once. So incredible. She did this other thing, which is, I've told this story once before, but I'll tell it again. We were coming from the park, and I was in a bad mood because I'm a parent, and I was like, let's get into the van, you guys are getting hungry, and it's time to have dinner, come on. Get in the van, hurry up. And Mason saw some dandelions that had gone to seed, you know, where they're the little puffs that you can blow and you can make a wish. She said, oh, we have to pick some dandelions. And I was like, fine, we'll pick some dandelions. But you get in your car seat while you're no dandelion until you're in your car seat. And I picked 3 dandelions for each of us, and I gave one to West and one to her and one to me. And I blew on mine, and I wished for something like world peace, and you know, didn't put much thought into it. And West wished for a cheetah. And then Mason took hers, and West said, now Mason, you have to make a wish. Do you have your wish? And she said, yes. So awesome. I wish for this. And she blew on it. Isn't that great? It's like so in the moment. Your turn.
What is the most challenging thing for you personally during the week of madness known as Gishwas?
The most challenging thing for me during the week of Gishwas? Well, I'm sort of like the Wizard of Oz during that. Like, I'm behind the curtain. If the Wizard of Oz wasn't terribly bright, that would be what it looks like. And I am I'm anxiously waiting for someone to call and say, like, somebody's been arrested. The FBI is interviewing somebody's in the hospital, something like that. Because there's a lot of people doing it, and they're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. So I'm anxiously sort of biding my time throughout the week, or waiting for somebody to, a lawyer to call about lead poisoning or something. And then I'm also fielding complaints. So people will write in and they'll say, like, this item, like Georgia Pacific Railroad this year, executive VP of public relations or something, wrote a very strongly worded email saying this whole business about a woman at a table on the back of a flatbed train car is dangerous, it's illegal, and you should, and people are calling us off the hook, trying to get, onto our trains. You should remove this item because someone's going to get hurt or arrested. And so I have to read that, I have to delete it, But there's a lot of those like things. I have to weigh people's input about whether something is actually dangerous, or actually a bad idea, or actually truly offensive or harmful to animals, or whatever. The various things that I don't think through at 2 o'clock in the morning the night before releasing the list, when I've procrastinated till the end of the time. Then there's a smattering of joy of just like looking at some of the submissions as they come in and being like, oh my god, somebody got this, whatever, the cool thing that they got, like a photo. Oh, look at this. There's an incredible photo of a woman dressed in Victorian garb on a Georgia Pacific Railway car. I did get a bunch of requests like from high up corporate chain of command or government agencies this year, like, can you please not, take this item down, it's not cool, or whatever. And more often than not, I just ignored them.
Hi.
Hello.
So, my question is, if you could send Sam and Dean back in time to any time that they haven't been yet, when would it be? And also where? Possibly somewhere to use your ballroom dancing skills.
I would send them probably back to the Big Bang.
Good choice.
Thank you.
So that they never existed.
Yeah, that would take care of that problem, wouldn't it? At the moment the first particle blossomed into existence of the universe, imagine if there were actually 3 particles, and it was like, one was like the particle of the beginning of the universe, and one was Sam, and one was Dean, and that's like all of the universe propagated from those 3 ingredients. Well, how would our world look different today? Certainly, it would be a much more plaid landscape, yes. Every tree trunk would be in plaid.
It's interesting that you say that, because it's kind of like that already with the Cain and Abel storyline, like the beginning and then the descending, and the parallels between the 2 brothers.
Yep.
The beginning and then, so,
Yep,
yeah.
very biblical. Yeah. Sounds like God had the same idea that I did.
I think you might just be God. I think that's the answer. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. So, you have your campaigns, the Gish-Wish and the You Are Not Alone with Jensen Ackles. Do you plan on expanding those like Jared did with his Always Keep Fighting?
You mean just do more?
Yeah, just expand on it.
Franchising?
Yeah.
I, at the moment, don't have a lot of plans as relates to the future. But I'm sure things will crop up. Yeah. We talk about doing things, we have other ideas that we're kicking around in the Supernatural cast together, so perhaps, yeah.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi. First of all, happy belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
I have a 2-part question. My daughter over here and the people around us wanted to know if you were going to write an episode, what would it be about? That's the first one.
Okay, that's part 1 of the question?
Right.
Okay. I hope I'm not painting myself into a corner here. What's part 2? It's always good to know what the second part of the question is.
Totally different, nothing to do with
Okay.
the first question.
Well, I had one idea. I mean, I feel like we could have fun with a good body swap episode. I feel like I could inhabit Dean pretty well. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, I think we could have fun with some sort of genre stuff like that. Like we could do a body swap thing, or we could do a musical, or we could do, a cross-dressing episode or something like that. And that would be fun. I think I had this idea for an episode which was basically like AM talk radio takes over everybody in a mind control experiment, and Sam and Dean have to, somehow figure out how to stop them before they go, before they get syndicated nationally. That was, I thought, a good idea. Eric Kripke did not think it was a good idea. Okay, that's the end of my answer.
Okay. So my daughter and I she's a huge fan of yours.
You keep pointing over here to your daughter,
over here.
but I see a lot of prospective daughters.
She won't stand up because she's too shy.
She's shy.
I promise her.
Isn't that nice though, when you are shy and then you find yourself getting called out in front of an entire audience of 1,500 people? Isn't that sweet? Doesn't it make you love your mom all that much more? What was your question?
We actually flew from St. John's, Newfoundland.
You did?
So there's a few newbies in the audience. We had a small version of this, a very, very small level 1 convention in St. John's. So,
wait, is this like level, what is this level?
I think they told us it might be like 4.
This is a level 4 convention?
I don't know.
Out of a possible, we don't know what the scale is that we're working on. And who is the they that told you that this was a level 4? Is that like the different, like in the US we have like the threat level, like level orange, today's level orange, security code. Is this a level 4 convention? Should we be wearing body armor right now? All right, so you were at a level 1.
So the question is, would you ever consider...
Well, does your daughter want to ask the question?
She's not sure what I'm asking.
I thought it was your daughter's question. I feel like I'm poking holes in your story. Wait a minute. Oh, the first one was your daughter's question, so I sort of... Do you want to ask a question for your mom? When was your birthday?
August 25th.
That's a great birthday. How old are you?
I'm 15.
She's 15. Happy quinceañera. Happy birthday. I'm going to give you a hug. And I'm going to leave you alone. I think I made her cry. Is she okay? Can everybody report with like a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Are those good cry or bad cry? Okay. Sorry.
So the question was, would you ever consider doing a level 1 convention? That's what they told me.
A level 1 convention? Like a minimum security convention? So are these like, is there a national organization that certifies the conventions at a certain level? Is it a military thing?
They do have.
Or are they easier? Is it just easy to do? Like it's level 1, it's easy. It's for, is it for mostly for little kids or?
No, it's like people like this.
Ordinary size.
They have like 3 or 4 guests every year.
3 or 4 guests.
So they had like, this year they had someone from Game of Thrones, Star Trek. We actually had the mechanic from Supernatural that was in one episode.
Okay, so really level 1 kind of stuff, yeah. Did anyone at that show call any of the actors by their actual names, or was it just like, oh, that's the mechanic from that one episode?
His name was Kirby Morrill, and he said he'd really like to come back on the show.
Oh, okay. Are you related to him? A little bit, yeah. First.
We had Robert Picardo from Star Trek and Eugene Sonkin from Game of Thrones.
All right, okay. Not too shabby. Yeah, that sounds like fun. Some level 1 shit, you know? That sounds pretty badass. How many of you are there? Like, is it like like, did you all fit in a hot tub? Is it at your house? I want to know more about this level 1 thing. So here you are at the level 1 convention. Your car, which is my car, will be at the airport to pick you up. And the way we do this convention is everybody just comes and put your keys in a bowl here. And everybody just like takes ecstasy and has a good time. Is that cool. Hey, mechanic, man, you gotta come over here. Look through this kaleidoscope. Everybody's high as kites in your backyard, running around naked. Your daughter's up in her room like, Mom, this is so embarrassing. I'm never doing another level 1 with you. Yeah, I would be interested in a level 1. Sounds like fun. Hi.
I know a lot of people that are trying to get into acting right now, and usually by people that around them discourage them because it's really hard to get into acting. When you decided that you wanted to act, who encouraged you the most to pursue your dreams?
You know a lot of people who are trying to get into acting right now?
Yeah.
First trick is to bump them off, right? Because they're your competition. So you gotta figure out a way to undermine them, whatever way possible. They're actually coming up as an actor, you know, going to auditions. There actually were some guys that you would see and you'd be like, oh, that fucking guy. Like, the big guy who walks in and be like, oh man, just got off of Star Wars, Star Trek, whatever, I don't know. No, it wasn't that. I know what it was. I just got off that Spider-Man movie, man. When you get on a big movie, it's just like the money just rolls in, huh? Anyway, this part, you know, they called me earlier and they said that I'm pretty much a shoo-in for it. Like, in the audition, trying to get you off your game. It's a great trick, so don't totally use that. I do have advice for you, and you're not gonna like it. You should not listen to discouraging things. That's my advice. You have to just, there is a way to make it a win-win situation, even if you don't, like, hit the big time and make a lot of money as an actor or something. And that is if you enjoy the process, which is also the only way that you have a shot at hitting the big time and making money as an actor. Like, you have to actually like what you're doing, whether or not you're succeeding. You have to like it, and you have to do it with gusto, whether or not you're getting the parts. You have to enjoy going to auditions and not really care whether you get the part. I mean, you can, obviously you want to get the part, but it can't be what everything hinges on. And you have to have a lot of stick-to-itiveness, a lot of endurance. I mean, I have been in my career a relatively lucky actor in that I kind of worked from the beginning and I kind of made a living from the beginning, but it took me a really long time to make a decent living where I wasn't kind of working myself into debt. And I tested for 13 pilots before I booked one, and I shot 2 pilots that never went anywhere. And testing for pilot is like the holy grail. It's like, most actors never get to that point. And I had to, like, 13 times I tested before booking one, and then shot 2 that no one ever saw. And that kind of is like normal. You know, you're always looking at these, if you go on IMDb and you look up an actor, you'll see, oh, where did they come? Like, you see a movie and there's somebody that you're like, wow, they were amazing. Where did they come from? Why have I, never seen them in anything? They've never done anything before, and all of a sudden they're, in this big movie. And then you look and you'll invariably see, oh, they've been working for 15 years. at little things and just keeping at it. So you have to be really patient and persistent and enjoy what you're doing. And the win-win aspect is that if you do something, I think that if you do something and you pour yourself into it and you really love what you're doing, you're building yourself as a person, so it doesn't really matter in the end if that particular career doesn't end up paying off for you because you've cultivated yourself in the process. If you're doing it and all you care about is achieving a certain level of success or fame or something like that, it's a recipe for failure and disappointment, and so don't do that. And don't think about the odds, because they really suck.
Hi, so I was wondering if you get any inspiration from anywhere when you think of items for the Geschwistschwap. From all the items, because there's some pretty crazy items. My personal favorite was the Snuggie that you did one year, the cape. So is there any that are like that we have to look forward to, or like, and also where do you get your inspiration from? Those things?
Well, this year we're doing a little contest where people are coming up with ideas for it. So the weirdest things may be to come. We'll see. I had, I think, a great idea for, and this isn't really Gishwas related at all, but it's just a great piece of merchandise in general, which I think should be on the market. So I'm going to try to make it happen. But it's a toilet plunger with Donald Trump's face on it, with his mouth and that sort of like angry pucker around the aperture of the plunger. I would buy that, and I would use it. I'd intentionally plug the toilet just to use it.
That's a great choice. So do you get inspiration from anywhere usually, or is it just...
Oh, there's a lot of people that come up with design ideas and throw things into the mix, so no.
Okay.
Is the answer. I mean, we try to think of things that are kind of gishy, like a little bit out of place or strange in general.
This year's sloth shirt was also amazing.
I like the Be Weird shirt, yeah. It's probably, I'm not sure that the sloth community is great. I mean, happy about having been selected as the poster child for Be Weird, but there you go. Yeah, thank you. Hi.
Hello. You're very inspirational for a lot of friends of mine, Stephanie, especially in the crowd. And this question is from her. She wants to know, you've done so many things, and what is on your bucket list?
What's on my bucket list?
To see in this world, this amazing world of ours.
Wow, do you have a bucket list that you keep?
Ooh, yeah.
What's on, what do you can't think of anything though right now, can you? Because you're on the spot. I can't do that. What do you want to do with your life? Shit.
I want to have a baby.
You have any ideas?
Well, I would love to go to Australia and New Zealand.
Okay.
And
that is totally doable.
Yeah.
In fact, there are people here from New Zealand.
I noticed.
And you can take inspiration, they're right there, you can take inspiration from them. Or you could swap passports with that woman. Will you come up, will you get up here please and stand next to her? Oh yeah, this is perfect. Okay, come up here. So here, I sort of solved your problem for you. Would you be willing to stay in Vancouver for a bit longer and send this woman home with your child? No. You're not gonna, I don't want, if you want to have her child, that's fine, but I just meant, she has a child with her, so you'd have to babysit her. She's 15, she's house trained and everything. So you're from New Zealand?
Yes.
And you want to go to New Zealand?
Yes.
And you guys look like, nobody at customs is gonna know the difference. They're gonna think you got a haircut.
Seriously.
So, do you want to do this? I would be so psyched if you sent me posted something on Twitter like, hey, I did what you said. I'm here in a very cozy Kiwi prison. I'm gonna sue you.
Yeah, I'll send you that.
Okay, well, thank you. I just thought that was kismet that you happen to be sitting right there. I would like to go. There are places I want to go. I've been actually going with the Gishwas Winners Trip to places that I want to go. Like this year, we're going to Iceland, which I've never been to Iceland. I've always wanted to go because I'm obsessed with the idea of dropping things into volcanoes. And I want to go to Mongolia. So I'm thinking one year the Gishwas Winners Trip might be to Mongolia. It's going to suck for that team, but I'm going to enjoy it, so doesn't matter. I would like very much to do an Ironman. Has anyone here done an Ironman? We're a lot of television watchers here, but I would love to do that. My back hurts a lot when I run, so I feel like I might be getting too old. I had this thing when I turned 18, I was like, I'm probably not going to be an Olympic gymnast. And that really sucked to see that pass by. But I thought, but I can still maybe do an Ironman at some point. I don't know if I can. But there was an 80-year-old nun who did an Ironman.
Oh, what?
So I should be able to do it. Which is not to say that 80-year-old nuns are wusses. What other bucket list things do I have? What do you have?
I would love to be an American ninja.
See, I knew you had something lurking under the surface there. So do they? Are they just Americans that they allow to do that, or do people from all over the world?
International.
Is it?
So, yeah.
You might have a smaller pool of competition in the New Zealand market.
I think so.
And she's going to be like, I thought she said. My Kiwi accent's really great. She said she was going to be back in 2 weeks. Where's my daughter?
We're training.
The New Zealand, last year, the New Zealand intelligence, whatever it's called, Bureau of Intelligence, what do you call your, CIA in New Zealand? You didn't even know you had one, did you? The director of that got involved with Gishwas, because we had an item that was related to an intelligence agency. And I think that whoever that guy is like, he's the the spy. He's like tapping phones, and he's making the stationery and the letterhead for the agency. He's doing it all. And he probably got fired for doing the Gishwas thing. Okay, good talk. Bye. Hi.
Hi, my name's Kamara, and first of all, I have to thank you, all my best friends on my Gishwas team. It was the first time we participated this year. We didn't do great, but we're all friends and we still talk, so Gishwas Supernatural. I told them I'd mention.
All of my new friends let me down, but
I let them.
I'm going to give them another shot.
But yeah, okay, my question. What was your first reaction to finding out you were going to be a dad?
Kind of took me by surprise, that question. I was very happy about that. I was surprised, but not shocked. Just like, oh my God, wow, that was fast. I'm going to parse my words more carefully here. Yeah, it was exciting. It was exciting. I was very happy both times that I found out that we were going to have a kid. It was just an instant reflexive, like, yes, that's amazing. And my wife, not too long ago, said, I think I might be pregnant. And I was like, oh, fuck. That was my just natural response. So I feel like, and she wasn't, so I feel like we're at a good place right now.
So you don't want to beat Jensen?
No, I'm not in a competition there. He won. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hi.
My first question was already taken.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second one, I'm wondering how your chickens are doing.
The chickens are alive, which is amazing. Yeah. I've mentioned them, but I have 2 children, and I think that the chickens, they sit in their coop at night, just with their hearts like pounding, like in adrenaline and fear, just like living through the night in abject terror of the morning when the kids are going to come back. We have 2 kind of golden chickens and 3 black and white chickens, and they call whichever, they have names for all of them, but whichever black and white chicken they're holding at the moment is Clifford, because they can't tell them apart, but they think they can, but they're always like, oh, this is Clifford. Mason's always like, this is Clifford. Clifford is my best friend. And I'll tell you, if I ever treated a best friend the way she treats Clifford, I think that she honestly thinks that she can ride a chicken, like as a mode of transportation. It's awful, and I try to, and they think that they're being very sweet with them, but they will, they'll be holding them by like one leg, like, hey Clifford, how are you? And Clifford is screaming, clearly not well. They don't pick up on those social cues very well. So they're alive. They're alive. They're laying eggs. I learned that the chickens lay eggs all over the yard. Did you guys know this? I thought they just laid them in the coop, but they lay them all over the yard, and that's where Easter egg hunts comes from. Because we're always discovering these little caches of eggs, and then bringing them into the kitchen and then eating them and wondering, how many months have those been sitting in that pile? They will bring the chickens into the house too, and then the chickens shit constantly. And they don't understand, like they think we're being really unreasonable to keep the chickens out of the house. A chicken, we keep our shoes on the front porch, a chicken shat in my shoe. And when you go to put your shoe on, that's not fair that you have to think about that. Hi.
Hi, Misha. For starters, thank you for embracing me in your hands in our photo op. That was special.
Thank you for embracing me as well. It was a lovely moment.
So for this year's Gish Whiz,
yes,
it was gentle. Iceland was chosen as the destination.
Yes.
Now, was that by any chance because Iceland has the world's only penis museum?
You've been to the penis museum? Of course you have, Anisha. This is new news to me, but I think that it's kismet as well. Do you know for a fact that it's the only penis museum? That seems amazing.
Your friend from the lead coin lawsuit filled me in.
Oh, the plaintiff?
Yes.
So you've never been there?
No.
You can't vouch for it?
No.
Okay. There's a Netflix show about penises? Just the museum. The hand gesture that you did to wave me off just now was a lot. No, but I will be sure now to add that to the itinerary for the winning team. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. Have you never been to Iceland?
No, I haven't.
Well, I recommend it. I hear there's a great museum there.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Good talk. Hi.
Hi. So this show has some pretty entertaining blooper reels, and I was wondering if there was anything on the blooper reels that you wish wasn't on there that should just never see the light of day, but now we all know about it.
Are you thinking of anything in particular? What's that?
I'm not, no.
No? There was one moment when I said, if they had told me in drama school, and then Jared and Jensen jump up and they go, you went to drama school. Now I feel like I want to set the record straight. I did not go to drama school. I don't know why those words came out of my mouth. I went to drama camp. No, and to be honest, you know what though? I'm actually a little irked by something. I do this thing that I think is hilarious, which is whenever there's a new trainee, camera trainee, that's the person who does the little thing, like take one, you know? I always stick my finger in the thing. And then I act like it really hurt. And the trainee is always like, oh, fuck, I'm gonna get fired. And it's always on film, and I think it's hilarious, and it's never made it onto the blooper reel. All of these terrified trainees are captured on film, and it would make a great montage at some point. Because I act really angry, like, shh, what are you doing? Have you ever been on a set before? Don't snap on somebody's finger. There was one trainee who really got me though, because he was like, he'd had the slate, and he just went, like, he clearly out of the corner of his eye saw my finger and was like, that little fucker, I'm gonna get it. And I was like, oh, all right, you got me, good one. Promote this guy. Hi.
Hello. I asked this question in our Brianna Kim meet and greet, and
So is that just an orgy?
yes. I mean, I'm not allowed to talk about it, sorry.
Okay,
No.
fair enough.
I have no idea. But my fiance was not in that one, so I'm going to ask a question that involves him now.
Oh, okay.
We are getting married in 20 days.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Do you have any advice on how to have a happy and successful marriage? I love him. He's really good.
Have you guys like booked all the wedding stuff?
Indeed,
Are there a lot of people coming, or is it something that could easily be moved in?
75. It's not, you know.
Yeah. No. That's a tricky question. Has anyone participated in a long-lasting and happy marriage here? Anyone else? Yes. Is it something that's easily distilled into a short, pithy reply? Yes, what is it? Communicate. Yes. If you don't both speak the same language, I would start boning up.
Babe, we're gonna make it.
Yeah. Wait, is he speaking a different language? If so, great comedic timing, sir. Yes, dear, he's saying. Yes, dear. No, that doesn't actually work. No, I mean, I have my opinions about this sort of thing, but I think you're probably going to figure it out. I think if I will digress into earnestness for one moment, and then I'll pull out of that. I think that a lot of times in modern Tinder, we're just talking about Tinder, guys. Yeah, we're just talking about Tinder, no big deal. I think a lot of times people get into a dating lifestyle that is very disposable, and carry that into marriages where they think, I've always got one foot out the door. I don't really have to, if this isn't great, I can hightail it out of here. And I actually think that the sort of whole point of getting married is saying you're actually going to push through the hard things. So, push through. But if it sucks too bad, then quit. So you got to find a balance there, right? Yeah. Hi guys. How's it
Hi,
going?
Misha. Hi, Misha.
I'm giving dating advice now. It's like we've completely run out of things to talk about up here. It's been really awkward.
You missed rules and regulations this morning.
Oh, what was that? Awkward?
A lot of porn.
Oh.
You missed Rob doing the Eiffel Tower. Which we now realize was actually not the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
We're wondering what position he was doing.
They had me do the Eiffel Tower.
Do your kids watch the YouTube versions of the convention panels?
No, they know YouTube, but they don't. I don't think they figured it out yet.
Somebody asked me at a convention panel one time what my favorite yoga pose was, and I answered Eiffel Tower. And then we were in the UK, and a lot of them didn't know what the Eiffel Tower was, and so we had to demonstrate what the Eiffel Tower was. Of course I know what the Eiffel Tower is.
No, I didn't know because
you can't demonstrate the Eiffel Tower by yourself.
You want to do it with me?
I just think.
Your Honor,
on my way to you with my eyes, I made a brief eye contact with Billy, and the look in his eyes was like, no. Really, you said no very loudly with your eyes. But anyway, yeah, we can show you guys the Eiffel Tower.
So we need a third. Who's going to be in the middle?
No, that's not an Eiffel Tower if it's a four-way.
It's the real Eiffel Tower. This is the real Eiffel Tower.
I see. No, I want to watch. That's how I roll.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be so vulgar as to tell you to get down on your hands and knees, but...
You're welcome, by the way.
Misha just said to Billy, he's the tourist taking a picture of the Eiffel Tower. We learned a lot today. I've learned that today.
That's just so you no longer feel like your dating advice was awkward.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for helping me out there.
Thank you, and we're sorry.
I don't really know. I was in a kind of awkward, but I don't really know if I landed there, but whatever.
How was it? Was it okay?
Yes. You know what?
This side of the tower wonders if it was okay.
Was that okay? You know what? Your tower leaned just right, my friend. Look at literally.
There will come a time, by the way, if you'll pardon the expression, when our children are watching the YouTube videos, we're gonna have to like hire like a identity cleaning up agency to go through YouTube and like offer people money to take down their videos.
Yeah.
My entire family was here yesterday watching me have an orgasm.
Really?
My husband, my 2-year-old daughter, my mother, and my blind father. And I said, Mom, don't describe this to Dad, please.
So she did.
She did. Yeah. She's my mom. She gets it. And then I broke it.
The dick.
The dick.
The dick. So, to call it a, it's a little bit of a superpower I have. The old dick breaker buckmaster. Picking up on this whole,
Yeah, I'm the asshole backstage who's like, should we do this? Should we do this? I'm like, nah, fuck it, let's just wing it. So,
sorry, not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I'm the not sorry part.
Might say no. Probably not. So what do they do now? They don't do anything now.
Now we say it's a so long for the Saturday portion of the show.
But
yeah, they're gonna have, they've got some autographs to go get, maybe.
The best part of the day.
But you're gonna come back because tonight we got Saturday Night Special. The evening portion of the show will continue. Prime time.
My favorite part of the con. I'm gonna see you all there, right?
It's gonna be a really, really special one. These ladies will be singing, like we said. Jensen Ackles will be in the house.
What?
And whole Ackles, and I'm sure he'll have an entourage of people.
Yes.
A lot of the crew is going to be here. It's going to be a special homecoming evening. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a big night, you guys.
don't miss it. We'll see you there.
Bye.